Happening now, the candidates for Chautauqua County Executive lay out their plans to keep youth here and fill dozens of open positions countywide. Plus, will there be a Jamestown Christmas parade this year? Our Dante Roberts set out to get some answers.
Well, we're slapped back into reality for today. Temperatures back down well below average, but we're still going to have some rain to go through. We'll talk about it in detail next as the news at noon starts right now.
Live and on demand, this is WNY News Now.
The candidates for Chautauqua County Executive addressed their plan to keep youth from moving out of the area and their plan to spend the American Rescue Plan money during a debate last night. Thank you for joining us for WNY News Now. I'm Justin Gould. The discussion, which was co-hosted by WRFA, Media One Group Radio, and WNY News Now, featured incumbent Republican Executive P.J. Wendell and Democratic challenger Norm Green. Our Julia Gress is breaking down this hour-long conversation.
In all cases, I have been a person that watches the budget, make sure that spending is done as it should be.
Explained Democrat Norm Green, a former election commissioner who highlighted his past experience as Ellicott Town Councilman, where the budget did not increase the entire 4 years he spent in the position. Current County Executive P.J. Wendell assured voters that strong, proven leadership is the path forward, as he highlighted accomplishments in his 14 years as an elected official.
Under my leadership, we have met the challenges of COVID, reinvented how we do business, and provided our residents with a lean and efficient county government. Last year, I spoke of fiscal responsibility. We accomplished that with a sound, fiscally responsive county budget for the second year in a row, providing tax relief.
Green suggested that Wendell's lack of guidance during the pandemic contributed to the 200 COVID-related deaths in the county.
We've had a county executive by leadership failure, telling people wearing a mask is an option. It's a personal choice. Getting vaccinated is a personal choice. You need to have a leader that tells you, hey, everybody, we need to get vaccinated. You need to mask up. We need to protect our citizens. Didn't have it.
Green also claims that under Wendell's leadership, the county's population has declined, while poverty rates have climbed.
1 out of 5 people in Chautauqua County is living in poverty. And we need to do something about it. We need to redirect the leadership in the county.
Wendell says this has been the case since 2014.
What we need to do is ask our children and ask ourselves, why are we telling our kids to leave? Why are we having these problems? And then we need to correct those problems. We have jobs here in Chautauqua County.
Additionally, the candidates were asked how they would allocate money from the American Rescue Plan and opioid settlement. Both agreed that the best use of the opioid settlement funds is to combat addiction by creating more space at rehab centers. However, they differed on the use of ARPA funds.
ARPA monies are being funneled to a way that we share them with everybody, and people across the county are being helped. If, for example, $360,000 are being spent on 2 pieces of detection equipment in the jail, what is that going to do? It's going to prevent overdoses and prevent drugs and contraband from getting in to our jails.
Green noted that Wendell failed to mention the $8 million, roughly 1/3 of the ARPA money, is allocated for sewage treatment lines along Chautauqua Lake, which he believes will not substantially increase water quality. Julia Gress, WNY News Now.
Julia, thank you. Other topics included access to affordable and reliable internet, their stance on exemptions to vaccine mandates, workforce shortages, poverty, and the harmful algae on Chautauqua Lake. The full debate can be watched right now online at WNYNewsNow.com or on channel 716 on Roku. Well, how to combat drug addiction, crime, and blighted properties in Jamestown was among the hot topics during a Meet the Candidates forum yesterday. It was co-hosted by WRFA, Media One Group Radio, and WNY News Now, and that conversation featured 6 running for Jamestown City Council at large. Democrats Christina Cardinelli, Ellen DeTanto, and Alyssa Porter, as well as Republicans Randy DeVersa, incumbent Kim Eklund, and incumbent Jeff Russell. Now, during that discussion, Eklund explained there are issues the three issues really stem and feed into each other.
Around drug use and drug selling comes crimes and other things. But to add to the other avenue of crimes, people are out of work, people are working for less money, people are struggling to get by, so they oftentimes reach to levels that they would not ever reach before. And as far as blight, in my tenure on council, there is not a neighborhood that I have not gotten a call about that a house that may contain one or all three of these things are not in their neighborhood.
The night also spotlighted those running for City Council Ward 2, Democrat incumbent Regina Brackman and Republican challenger Robert Reedy, along with Ward 6 Democratic incumbent Tom Nelson and challenger Andrew Faulkner. Both forums, the at-large and ward council, are posted online at WNYNewsNow.com and on Channel 716 as well. Well, one person died following a crash on Route 62 in Gowanda. The Gowanda Volunteer Fire Department says that the head-on collision happened at 12:25 yesterday afternoon. Crews say the jaws of life were used to extricate both the drivers, citing damage to their vehicles. One driver was declared dead at the scene. The other, officials say, was taken via Mercy flight to Erie County Medical Center. Gowanda Police and New York State Police now investigating what caused that fatal collision. Well, there's light at the end of the tunnel for Jamestown's annual Christmas parade. As the city's mayor announced today, there are several groups interested in hosting this event. Our Dante Roberts joins us live now with more on where things stand at this hour. Hey, Dante.
Justin, this month doubt was cast over whether or not the holiday celebration would take place during a community input meeting held by the Chautauqua Chamber of Commerce. Since then, Chamber President and CEO Dan Heitzenreiter has worked with Jamestown Mayor Eddie Sundquist to find another host for the longtime tradition.
Had some internal conversations and reached out to our downtown Jamestown members to ask for that feedback, what the impact in past years has been on their businesses. And, so far, not too much coming back, but the responses we have gotten back, I think, indicate that it's certainly, the parade is a great community event and does draw a lot of people downtown.
Supporting local businesses and actually getting customers through the door is the mission of the Chamber, and that's why they plan not to take on the endeavor. However, it doesn't mean the Chamber of Commerce won't assist the next would-be host.
I really think it extends beyond what anyone who hasn't done something like that can comprehend, myself included. Like I said, I've been told anywhere between 4 and 9 months of the year with the person who used to work for Jamestown Renaissance Corporation doing events was focused a lot on the parade, right? And all of the coordination of the participants and the volunteers, the permitting and things that are going to be needed, obviously, with the city to safely close streets down. So I think it encompasses a lot more than we think.
The parade was previously organized by Jamestown Renaissance Corporation. A reverse parade was held last year in partnership with the Chamber and the city. This morning, Mayor Sundquist made it apparent that the parade will likely return in some kind of form this year. Sundquist said he has heard from many businesses and individuals that would like to support the parade. He is now working to bring the right people together and hopes to have an update sometime in November. Justin, back to you.
All right, Dante, great reporting. Certainly you'll keep us updated as things move along. It's a really big celebration for so many here. Thank you. Well, we thank you for joining us for WNY News Now. Let us know what you think about these stories and more in the comments section down below. I'm sure that parade will be a talker for many. Great to see Tony. Good to see Pam, Amy, and Tom. Hopefully you are doing well. And Tony did point out it's a good correction there. Thank you. I apologize for that error. Regina Brackman and Robert Reedy are running for Ward 3, not Ward 2. I do regret that error. Well, now let's get a first check of our weather forecast. Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter standing by with that. Happy Friday to you, Dakota, although our weather doesn't seem that happy, kind of cloudy out there.
Oh, yes. But hey, it's Friday. We made it to the end of another work week, ready for the weekend. And boy, it's a cloudy day out there. A live look from the Warren City Bank Skycam shows you not really a whole lot of sun to go around today. And that's really going to be the story throughout the day today. But look at this temperature, 47 degrees. What month is this? It's October. That's what it's supposed to feel like, folks. We're not supposed to be in the 60s and 70s. We're not supposed to be that warm in October. It's happened before, but that's not statistically average as to where we should be. But you can see on the satellite imagery just lots of clouds socked in across the southern tier. Now, we will see a few breaks in those clouds through the afternoon, but I do think clouds are really just going to win the sky through the day today. So it's going to be cloudy and lousy, cloudsy. There's a new word for you. 65 was the high yesterday, started the day at 43, so kind of chilly. 80 and 21 are the record highs and lows. Remember, I told you 70s, 80s have occurred before, but it's not that uncommon to get that warm in October. Look at these highs, 46 on the hilltops. That's it. 51 near the Lake Erie shoreline. We're smacked back into reality with a great deal of clouds with that northwest wind. That's why it's cooler. Now, as we head into the weekend, we will see a few rain showers and then temperatures. No real big warm-up from here. We'll talk about where they're going in a little bit later on in the show. Justin.
All right, Dakota, we'll see you back here in about 10 minutes. Thank you, sir. Well, here's some good news for those who feared that online learning could bring an end to snow days. This week, Jamestown Public Schools announced their delayed start and snow day protocols. And of course, as the weather starts to change, officials might need to delay or close school due to winter weather. If schools are closed or have a delayed opening, an announcement would be made on radio, here on TV, social media, or via their direct messaging system. Now, for a 1-hour delay, school would start at 9:20 for elementary students, 9:30 for middle school, and 9 o'clock for JHS. Simply add another hour for a 2-hour delay. Now, in some cases, after school and evening activities might be canceled too. School leaders say a decision will be made by 1 o'clock in the day. Now, in the event that school would close or in early closing, all activities like clubs, sports, alternate education, board meetings, and community activities held at school would be canceled for that evening. Warren County currently has one of the lowest vaccination rates in Pennsylvania. And with winter quickly approaching, there's a growing concern over a potential surge in cases. So Warren County Commissioner Jeff Eggleston is now planning to launch a new vaccination awareness campaign. According to Eggleston, Warren General Hospital is currently at max capacity. And if there's a spike in COVID cases, it could push that health system over the edge. Last week, he proposed using $22,000 in American Rescue funds to fund that campaign, but it was shot down by other commissioners. So he's now applying for grants and calling on local donors to help him out.
Every major medical institution in the United States suggests that you should get vaccinated. And all we want to do is basically share that information with the people in Warren County. And I think that if we do that and they see the truth and they see the reality of the situation, that they'll be more likely to get vaccinated, and it'll help them help the community and save lives.
Specifically, funding would be used to pay for digital advertising, which would run on the radio, TV, and social media. Coming up, a lot more to tell you about. New York's unemployment rate drops, and later, why you're going to need to buy your winter tires now. Stay with us as WNY News Now continues.
With coverage that matters. This is WNY News Now.
Welcome to Honest John's Pizzeria, where you are the most important customer.
Everything from freshly made subs to the best of pizza and wings, Honest John's has it all.
And don't forget the ice cream!
Order online today or check out our 2 great locations with buffets ready for every appetite.
Don't I have the best job in the world?
Located along the Amish Trail, the Randolph Retail Company offers a variety of clothing, jewelry, and gifts for any occasion. Offering uptown merchandise at small-town prices, our locally owned business balances quality and value. With complimentary gift wrap here at the Randolph Retail Company, we pride ourselves in personal service. Check out our Facebook page or stop in today at 127 Main Street, Randolph, just a 20-minute drive from Jamestown.
What could you lose in a home fire? Your possessions? Your home? Your memories? Don't let your world go up in smoke. Make sure you have working smoke alarms and practice an escape plan for you and your loved ones, because fire is everyone's fight.
This message was brought to you by the Jamestown Fire Department and the Chautauqua Safety Village.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer, plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
New York's statewide unemployment rate has decreased. The state labor department announced the news, saying the agency reports that the rate dropped 0.3% to 7.1% last month. This as the number of private sector jobs increased by 14,800. That job count went up by more than 266,000, or nearly 4%. Now, in comparison, the number of jobs in the U.S. increased by nearly 5% over the year. Well, New York State's Department of Labor has quietly released new guidance, barring most employers from testing their employees for marijuana. The news comes months after the state legalized the use of recreational marijuana for anyone 21 and older. There are a few exceptions to the new rules. Jobs through the federal government and workers federally required to be tested, such as a CDL driver, are exempt. Additionally, there are no protections for workers younger than 21 or those not legally considered employees like contractors, for example. Well, winter snow tires are the latest item added to the list of things impacted by supply chain shortages. So some tire shops are advising customers to buy now. Haley Potter with our news partner Erie News Now sat down with a regional tire shop owner to learn more about what's happening.
Winter may be on the way, but those winter tires are not. Like many other industries, tire companies are feeling that pandemic pinch.
It has been tough.
Here locally, Marty Kerr, owner of Kerr's Tire Corner on East 10th Street, tells me availability on some winter tire sizes is tough, especially the 18 and 19-inch tires.
We already got most of our shipment in, and we've been informed that this might be all we get.
He says aside from just a supply shortage, people can see these tires going up in price between 10 and 25% from last year.
We've seen price increases like I've never seen before. Basically, I am paying now for the tires what I sold them for last year. It's gone up that much. It seems like every week we're seeing an increase in them.
He says the reason is tires are made out of byproducts of crude oil. So when you see gas prices going up, you can expect to see tire prices going up too. Even though snow might not be top of mind, Marty says even if you don't want to put the tires on quite yet, you should at least start shopping around for the best deal. Even consider putting the snow tires on a layaway program like what they offer at Kerr's.
All you gotta do is come in, put 10% down, that way it freezes the price, it freezes the tires for you. A month from now, the same tire can cost you another $5, $10, $15 for the same exact tire you have.
Or the tire you need could just not be there at all. Not a good scenario in the midst of a snowy winter in our region. Haley Potter, Erie News Now.
Haley, thank you. His other advice is to simply be patient. It's not these small tire shops' fault that they have up to their prices and that they have no control of how long their orders could take to get here. Well, fall leaf color is nearing its peak here in Chautauqua County. That's according to the I Love New York Fall Foliage Report. Leaves are expected to be near peak this weekend, with around 70% changing color. Fall leaves can expect to see vivid shades of yellow, orange, and red, that mainly in the southern and central parts of the county. The North County, however, specifically areas along Lake Erie, are behind and will likely peak in the coming weeks. Nearby Cattaraugus County is considered to be the area of past peak, with areas downstate hitting peak color this weekend as well. Certainly absolutely beautiful, and I know that that's one of the pastimes of so many here in Western New York. You gotta love the leaves. I mean, it's that thing. Although today, a little cloudy. I feel like the sunshine probably brings out the color a little more anyway.
Well, I mean, kind of like looking at the fall foliage when it's cloudy, it just doesn't really look very good. But, when you're actually out there on a sunny day, it looks beautiful.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll have some sunny days coming up, maybe, where we can see some of that.
Well,
no?
Let's talk about it.
Okay.
Let's go straight into it. That's a great way to segue. And it was a rainy day yesterday. Did you notice? Rainfall totals yesterday coming in from the Weather Service, over an inch worth of rain in Mayville yesterday. Of course, going up towards Mayville, you had that severe thunderstorm around 5:15 yesterday afternoon. You had that little impromptu severe storm that kind of bubbled up, but the rainfall, pretty much everybody got a little bit of something. And the airport here in the city, a little more than 0.08 of an inch worth of rain. And we don't have rain for today. That's the good news. But take a look at the rain by the numbers for the fall. We're actually running, I believe, only about 1 inch, not sure why that didn't come up, but we're only running about 1 inch above normal for rainfall for the fall season. So again, fall generally is one of our rainiest seasons, so kind of running near average. We'll just not really average, but kind of close to what you would expect for fall. Jamestown Junior Varsity plays at Amherst tonight. Of course, the varsity game was last night, and it's going to be a better night for football tonight. 48 down to 45 by the fourth quarter. No weather hassles tonight, but it will be chilly, so jackets might be recommended if you're going to be going up to the junior varsity game tonight. 44 as of noon hour right now at the airport. At this hour yesterday, we were at 63. That is 19 degrees colder than it was 24 hours ago. With a northwest wind of 8, that's the reason why we have a wind chill of 39. Yes, we're already talking about wind chill numbers. It happens. I mean, this is fall. We're supposed to have a wind chill index. And you can see temperatures kind of staying fall-like throughout much of the next 5 days here. Temperatures in the lower 50s. After we get through today, the temperatures return to the lower 50s. So it's overall going to be feeling like fall. So here's the reason why. Strong cold front has moved through. The rain that we had yesterday sparked out ahead of this front. Now, since it's moved on through, we're seeing cooler air moving on in. And that's going to be the story throughout pretty much the next week. So let's show you on future scan here. The clouds really just socked in for today. May see a few breaks in the cloud cover late in the day, but I do expect overcast skies for today and especially into tonight. Tomorrow we'll see the influx of rain showers moving in as a storm system passes just to our south, squeaks by. So we're ultimately going to see rain chances increasing over the weekend. I do think Saturday will be the wettest day over the weekend, but then as we go into next week, we'll see another chance of rain heading our way for early next week. That looks more widespread. 39 to 47 tonight. Mostly cloudy to overcast, another chilly night. Now, how about the future? Next 7 days, and you can see by the time we go into Monday, I do think that'll be more widespread rain. A few more showers Tuesday, and then temperatures return to at least around 60 by Thursday. We'll take a break. Be right back.
With coverage that matters. This is WNY News Now.
I'm a survivor.
I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor.
Testicular cancer is the leading form of cancer in men aged 15 to 35.
1 in 250 men will be diagnosed with testicular cancer.
But 98% will survive if detected early.
As a survivor, I believe early detection is the key. Learn how to do a testicular self-exam and other important facts about testicular cancer at oneball4tc.com.
I know what you're thinking. I need a job. I need a new career.
Well, I've been there.
I've been there.
I've been there. I wasn't happy with what I was doing. After high school, I didn't have a plan.
I just wanted to start working. I got laid off twice, but you gotta keep going.
You just need the right skills. Find an apprenticeship.
I found a 2-year IT program.
I found a medical course online.
I'm now a consultant in the tech space.
You have more options than you think. You can do this. You will find something.
You will find something new.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
Well, welcome back to WNY News Now. It's no surprise that every Friday on the broadcast we'll likely take you to the Chautauqua County Humane Society to meet a new furry friend that's up for adoption. But today we are live at the Humane Society to talk about some of the folks who give their all every day behind the scenes to take care of these animals. Brian Papalea joins us now live to explain more. Hello, Brian.
Hi, Justin. Well, we are celebrating National Veterinary Technicians Week, and our veterinary technician is Molly Loomis. And yeah, talk about a 24/7 job. Might be 25/8. But anyway, on to just spotlight Molly this week so people could see, meet her and kind of get an idea of what really happens in this room. So first off, what happens in this room?
We do a lot of community spay-neuter, the shelter spay-neuters, as well as the community cat trap neuter return for the feral cats that live outside. Anything that comes in feline-wise that has any issues or needs any medical testing, we do them through our room. We have 2 surgical suites, and basically we're the first door that everyone hits if there's a problem.
And we are also not just doing that, but you're taking care of the animals in shelter.
Yeah, all the animals that come through the shelter, if they have any issues, they have to be medically processed to check through to make sure they don't have anything that we don't know about, and just to make sure they're in a good shape and a good spot to go home to be your furry friend on your porch or your couch.
So now that we know what you do, why do we do it? Especially the spay-neuter part of it. Why is that important?
We want to try to limit the amount of pet population that is unwanted and uncared for to allow us to be able to care for the cats and the dogs that are out there, to have them have good lives instead of be left on the side of the street and on the curb. And we want also individuals to be able to have males and female cats in their house and not have babies and then get overrun and overpopulated with them.
So if there's one common question you can answer right now, this is a curveball. She didn't know I was going to say this. What would be the one, the most commonly asked question you can answer about furry?
About the program. Okay, I thought you were going to go a different direction. How do you put an application in online to get in the spay-neuter clinic? The last Thursday of every month, 8 a.m. Go to our website, chqhumane.org, programs tab, spay-neuter link, and your app will be in there.
And, okay, we're getting here. So how long have you been doing this, and why do you do it?
I've been back for 4 years. I took a 15-year hiatus to raise 2 kids. Before that, I was here for 4 years, so technically 8 here. Passion for making things better and being able to fix things. Being able to see them from when they come in and they're ill to when they go home and they're healthy, happy, and acting like normal animals. Just being able to help.
Awesome. So it's Molly Lewis. She's a veterinary technician here at Chautauqua County Humane Society. I've always wanted to say this. Now back to you in the studio, Justin.
All right. Yeah, thank you both. And you do so much incredible work for these animals. And it's such an important, I think, job to highlight because, like you mentioned, if you don't spay and neuter, we're only going to have more stray cats and more stray dogs. And everybody loves dogs and puppies, but it's such an important part of it and keeping animals healthy. So thank you so much, Molly, for your work, and both of you for coming on the show today.
Thank you.
Well, certainly, and of course, to learn more about the Chautauqua County Humane Society or any of the animals that are up for adoption, because they are all looking for great homes, just head on over to chqhumane.org. Certainly amazing. And that's the thing. You have these unsung heroes, Dakota, who work in the background, and they don't get much recognition. They're not asking for that recognition, but it's really important to make sure you shine a light every now and then.
Yep, I mean, there's a lot of people who you don't see, at the Humane Society that do a lot of work caring for these animals. So, just a huge props, just a huge props to them for all the work that they do, making sure these animals are safe. And of course, some of them ultimately do get adopted into new loving homes. And, hopefully we can get all stray animals to be adopted that way. But.
Yeah, it'd be great one day if we had, they hold these Clear the Shelters events to totally clear the shelters, totally. And I know that there's always going to be, new animals coming in, whether, they were stray and lost and picked up, or whether their owner passed away or couldn't have them. So it's, it's really, really important work that they do. And again, they'll have their Walk for Paws coming up here on Halloween as well. So certainly you're going to want to get in on that if you haven't already.
There's a quote I heard once before: everybody needs an animal, but mean people don't need any, because mean people suck.
Yes, yeah, mean people, no animals. You got to be a good person. That's like the only test. Will you enforce it, Dakota?
Yes,
You
we'll
will
enforce
Good.
it.
Good. We will enforce it
I
with
got
our
my
weather
stamp of
clickers.
approval, seal of approval right on that.
That's it for us today. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody. We'll see you back here on Monday.